Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. And today we're going to be discussing a very narrow but important topic, O-1 visa for Canadian citizens. And at the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case regarding O-1 visa, be you a Canadian citizen or a citizen of any other country. Let's go. Alright guys, you know how algorithm of YouTube work. Please, if you like my videos, smash that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have a question, drop that in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you and answer all your questions. And please make sure that you share this content with people you know, because we are doing great things here. Am I making this video right now? And this video is inspired by the recent approval I got for O-1 visa. Actually, this past week was one of the best weeks in my career, where we got 4 green cards and 2 O-1 visas. We got a green card for NFT artist. We got an EB-1A, it's a talent visa. We got EB-3 visa for marketing person. We got another EB-1A for welding engineer. Yes, don't be surprised. And we also got a green card for IT person. And 2 O-1 visas, both for business, one for Russian citizen, one for Canadian citizen. So these 2 O-1 visas inspired me, motivated me to make this video, because I know you guys from Canada, a lot of you want to come here to the US and work and scale and grow. And I've done quite a few E2 visas for your comrades, for people who live in Canada. We do work on other visas for Canadian citizens, and I do love those cases because I think that the US immigration officers are much more loyal to Canadians and UK citizens and EU citizens than to anyone else in the world. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's a closer culture, maybe it's English language, maybe it's something else, but I do notice that those petitions are more favorable comparing to citizens of other countries. Although it's not an obstacle still for me to be able to get you 90% approval rate across of all of the visas that we file. Of course, if you have $100,000 and you have a business idea, probably E2 visa is the best option for you, because you can spend that money, invest in the business, and get E2 visa pretty fast. But if you don't have this much money, or if your talent is not in the business, but maybe in IT, maybe in art, maybe in some other field, then you have to consider O-1 visa. What we need to do in order to get this visa approved? First of all, we have to know what is your talent. What exactly are you good at? What's your professional qualifications? What's your education? Although education is not a criteria for O-1 visa. But you will need to show me that, first of all, you make better money than your colleagues, than people from your field. Let's say you are an artist, you paint the paintings, right? So show me that your paintings are selling for the better price than similar paintings of other people. If you are a business person, show me that your salary or contracts for your services are getting the higher payment, or you're getting more money, and things like that, regardless of the industry you are working. If you're an IT person, if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're an accountant, if you are a soccer player, it doesn't really matter, right? Show me that you make more money. Also, show me that you have some press coverage of your project or yourself. So this is the criteria of the press. I want to have a major press writing about you, or the professional field press. The major press has a lot of visitors of the online websites, a lot of copies being printed and distributed. If we're talking about the field press or professional press, then what I need to know that who are those people who reads those materials, right? And those people gotta be professionals like you. So this is the second criteria we discussed, and we have 8 criteria for O-1A and we have 6 criteria for O-1B. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if O-1A and O-1B visa is like, what the hell is going on, Stanislav? Just tell me first what those visas are. Well, then watch this video here where I give you a lot of information on both O1A and O1B visa. Maybe then you should rewatch this one so you're more familiar with the terms and you understand better what I'm talking about. And I remind you that we need to cover at least 3 criteria, right? But I never file less than 5 to 7 criteria depending on a visa type. And of course, O1B has only 6 criteria, but don't forget, we can always use comparative evidence or we can always use alternative evidence. So make sure that if you don't qualify for some or all criteria that we're discussing, bring other achievements or recognitions so I will be able to use that under the comparative or alternative criteria. Further, show me some good recommendation letters. I want you to give me 10 recommendation letters from players in your field. And when I say players, I mean that those people are recognized just like you, right? So if you're an IT person, show me other IT people who have some achievements, maybe not like you, but similar, or maybe more like you, that will have more weight in your petition, talking about your talents, about your projects. So I need at least 10 letters like that. Also, show me prizes and awards in your field, whatever it is. Business, marketing, sales, project management, electrical engineering, cybersecurity, space industry. Show me that you got some awards or prizes, or at least that you got some invitations to speak at conferences and your speech was recognized. Maybe it was published, maybe you got a prize for that, or maybe it was the best speech at the conference. Show me some recognition in the field. Also, if you have publications, the scientific scholarly publications, or if they published in the major press or professional press, that also could count. Further, if you've done something major for your field, if you invented something, if you got some unique methodology, if you have some unique course that you teach to other people, or maybe you created some software or application, or maybe some cure to something, right? Make sure to let me know about that, because that could be an original and significant contribution to your field. Also, if you have patents, or maybe a group of your publications have high citations and is recognized in the field as significant. Or maybe you got a book, right? I wrote a book this year, and I know how much work that involves. So if you have a book, that could be an original, a significant contribution into your field. Also, if they call you to be a judge of other professionals in your field, that also could be one of the criteria. Further, show me that you are a member of some professional association that accepts people only for outstanding achievements, something that you've done in the past, right? Maybe for the awards, maybe for publications, maybe for dissertations, maybe you implemented some projects, maybe you have some books, and that's what they're looking for, to accept people like you. And the people who make the decisions in that association, they have to be also expert, recognized in that country. So if you're from Canada, make sure that the expert who make the decisions to accept new members, they are also recognized. Further, if you worked and you played a critical or significant role, a major role in some company, some association, some organization, and maybe even some event, but that has to be a high reputation organization, right? So it's either a big company or it's a small company, but it's recognized within the field. If you did something for that company that made them money, it may be a wrong company, by the way, make sure you have that presented to me as well. I didn't go criterion after criterion. I made it more easier for you just to tell you what kind of achievements could play a role in your petition. And I need to make sure that we satisfy, again, at least 3 criteria out of those that I mentioned. Also, O1 visa gets an employer, so don't forget to have that by the side, meaning that some company in the US wants you to work for them. An O1 visa is a good substitution to H1B visa. And you know, H1B is visa for professionals, and it has a component of lottery. If you don't get picked in March of this year or the next year, then you cannot work here in the US. If you are a businessman or a businesswoman, like in the case that we just got approved for a business lady from Canada, you can open up your own company that's going to be your employer. Right? Very important concept. I always talk about it, and a lot of people don't understand that O-1 beneficiaries, meaning you as my client, may have a company in the US where you own it by 100%. But if we do it properly, if we do the proper corporate work, where we separate you as a owner and the employee of this company, this petition will be approved. Another little thing that we need to send a peer review letter to the immigration services. And sometimes we don't do it for the business petitions because there is no labor organization, labor force or labor union in the States that protects the businessman per se. There are like Chamber of Commerce and things like that. But USCIS sometimes still wants that letter. And it's always a good and wise advice to have either a big company in the US or a good businessman or investor or something that deals with business in the US sign a letter that they don't object that you will be here in the US doing business or doing whatever you are doing. Some other organizations, like if you're in art, if you're in production, if you're in sport, there are like labor forces or other organizations that can write that letter for you. If you think that you qualify for O-1 visa, be it O-1A or O-1B, and you want to know if your case is good, you can get a free evaluation of your case. How to do this? Very easy. Go down below this video in the description portion of it and find a link that says free evaluation, free analysis. Go by that link, give me as many details as you can about your talent, about your recognition, and answer the questions with details. So I will give you a free evaluation within 48 hours. Guys, please smash that like button, show me some love, ask the questions, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to my Instagram and to my TikTok because there's a lot of good materials, a lot of good content over there. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.